All right. Anyways, let's start off with our first Squawk with Skarm topic for the stream. Um, for the folks watching this on YouTube, you probably missed my long ramble earlier in the stream about how I have put together a temporary overlay for these segments. It is rough around the edges. It's nothing exciting. Um, I swear I'll improve upon it given enough time, but I did want to put together something, and I did it an hour before I started streaming today, and yeah, that's how we ended up here. So the first topic I wanted to talk about is I want to talk about the current anime season. I know that anime in my stream community is like hit or miss. Like, some of you guys love anime, some of you guys think it's like the spawn of Satan himself. But for those of you who do like anime, I figure it would be a fun topic to talk about, because I like to watch anime on my lunch break, because my wrist is cooked and I try to rest it, and lunch break is the optimal time to rest my wrist. So I figure we could at least do like one of these segments every quarter where I just like talk about what I'm watching. And then hopefully at the end of the season, I'd like to put together like a slightly like more formal video in the the video essay format, and we'll I can go into a little bit more detail there. What happened, if you don't mind me asking? What do you mean? Did I say something? What did I say? I don't even know what I said. Oh, about my wrist? Oh, I just have carpal tunnel. My wrists are cooked. I've been on a computer since I was like 5 years old, and I've been attached to it since I was like 5, and I work a full-time job on a computer, and I did YouTube for who knows how long, and then I played video. You get the point. Anyways, the topic at hand. Sound off if there are people here who think anime is this what I'm saying, because you never met someone who described it as such. Argo hates anime. He actually despises it. I've tried to get him to check it out, and it's always been a no. He told me he would watch an anime if I played Red Dead Redemption 2, but I have like no time in my gaming budget right now. There's just like no time. Anyways, so let's talk about the current anime season, because it is just been there. This is a stacked season. Last anime season was like terrible. This anime season has just been absolutely crushing it. There's so much interesting stuff out there, and I actually have not had a lot of time, so I have not watched probably even half of the shows that I want to watch. So I'm actually asking for community feedback on this too. If you guys have shows that you really think are worth the watch, let me know. I do have a My Anime list. It's The King of Zill, if you guys want to check it out. Be forewarned, if you go snooping into things I watched, you might lose some brain cells or question what happened to your childhood hero. All right, anyways, let's I'm just going to go through the list and we'll talk things off one by one. Call of the Night is your favorite season too? Yeah, I watched like half of season 1, and I kind of didn't intentionally drop it, but I just never got through it. I don't know what this is. This looks like a short. We're not going to talk about it. I never saw this. Don't know anything about it. Sends to be a Hero. This is an interesting one. I actually just watched episode 4 yesterday. It kind of gives off like this is like the kind of show that I actually haven't seen a ton of, but I've been really liking it so far. I feel like in some ways it has some basic elements to it, but it's it's definitely been vibing for me. Basically, the premise is it's a world where like the most evil people are sentenced to become heroes, and a lot of the language in the show is like backwards. So um, like the demon enemies are called fairies and stuff like that. The only thing that doesn't seem evil is the goddesses, but I'm even waiting for there to be a plot twist with that too. Um, it's been pretty cool. Great action scenes. I think if you're like the kind of person who likes action, it's definitely worth checking out. Um, I'm interested in the plot so far. Basically, the main character. Well, I think what you'll find out while watching it is that things definitely aren't as they seem, and the quote unquote heroes aren't actually the most evil people on planet Earth, even if they are. They actually introduced a character in the fourth episode, and I loved it because his backstory was that he was like a con artist, but the plot twist was what got him sentenced to be a hero was that he actually told the truth. Like, here we have the guy who's like the most swindling, lying piece of crap ever, and the thing that did him in was actually being honest. So, yeah, definitely think this was an interesting show. I'm thinking this might be one of my favorite shows of the season at its current rate. Fate Strange Fake. All right, so this is a crazy one to talk about. So my favorite anime of all time is Fate Zero. And if you have paid any attention in the anime world, you'll know that the Fate universe is complicated as all hell. It is a very complicated universe to understand. The original story was Fate Stay Night. It was an 18+ visual novel, and it spawned off a whole universe with lots of different stories. Fate Strange Fake, I'm optimistic, could actually dethrone Fate Zero as my favorite anime ever. I don't think it will because I'm very nostalgic driven. But I am like, I think this one's cooking. Now here's the problem. I can't recommend it to you guys if you aren't already versed in the Fate universe, because it's kind of like a love child of like the universe, like all the super fans, like it just has all these goody Easter egg gumdrops in it that require you to like know the universe well to get the most of it. It would probably be like watching Endgame without having seen like any of the Marvel movies before it. I actually never got into Marvel and I've never seen Endgame, but I imagine that would be kind of a similar vibe to what it's like. If you are interested, the premise of the Fate universe is built around Holy Grail Wars, where mages get together to summon servants to fight to the death for a wish-granting Holy Grail. That's the premise. The servants they summon are basically historic figures throughout time, and probably the most infamous one is Saber. I actually won't spoil the identity just in case anybody really wants to deep dive into that, but that would be like spoiling who Darth Vader is at this point, I suppose. You could check out the Fate Stay Night animes, or you could start out with Fate Zero. I see a lot of people say don't start with Fate Zero. I don't agree with that. I've shown people Fate Zero before Fate Stay Night, and they really liked it. So, I would highly recommend Fate Zero. Isn't every new Fate series like a missing volume in a book series? Like Star Wars? Yeah. There's a lot of interwoven stuff together. Saber is a class, not actually an identity. There's 7 classes of servants, more if you dive into the lore. Me and Haley actually just watched a spin-off the last couple days, the El Malloy Case Files, and I remember when I first watched that, I was like, I have no clue what's going on, but now I I actually understand it. It's the main reason why I can't start Fate. Dude, you're missing out. It's so good. And the funny thing about Fate is like, even if you kind of like are spoiled on things, I still feel like it's great. Like, I feel like Fate is just one of those things where it's just cool. The characterization is done so well, and especially if you're like a history buff or you like mythology and stuff like that. All right. Moving on. We're actually moving very slow here through this discussion. Jack of all trades, party of none. I have not seen this. This looks like generic hero slop. This one's being rated highly right now. Tammin's B-side. I don't know anything about it, but I am a sucker for rom-coms. I'm not really a fan of like, is it like an idol show or something? Because like that stuff doesn't really do much for me. I would love to hear from someone who's actually watched this, because like it's scoring good, but it doesn't seem like my kind of stuff. Haven't seen this. It's a sequel. I don't know anything about this. This looks like yaoi. Oh, cross-dressing. That's an interesting theme. This is another one that I'd love insight on from the community, Journal with Witch, because this one's been scoring well too. And it doesn't like look like my go-to type of content, but with for me, I kind of say anything above an 8 on my anime list is at least worth entertaining. That's kind of always been my metric for shows, and I feel like I should at least give this one a look-see. See you, Super Draco. Kunin the Sorcerer, can't see. This looks like slop. Daily Life of a Part-Time Torturer. This one, like, I remember seeing the premise for this and thought it might be interesting, but it's scoring at a 5.6. That is so atrocious. This looks like a sequel. I don't know anything about it. This one, I don't know anything about this. Wash It All Away, Slice of Life. Laundry service to a seaside resort. I'm okay with Slice of Life. Slice of Life usually scores lower, but I don't know if this one really strikes me. I will never watch My Hero Academia. I didn't even know this was still going on. I thought it was over. Like, is this a spin-off or something? I'll live a long life to dote on my favorite stepbrother. That sounds... well, it sounds like boys love. This is a sequel. Alright, finally, something I've actually watched. You can't be in a rom-com with your childhood friends. This is bona fide grade A trash. Like, dumpster fire trash. I love it. I want to watch more of it. I watched 2 episodes and, like, there was a show a couple it might be a couple years at this point. No. I can't remember its name. It reminds me of this show. It's like trash. It's so trashy. But I actually feel like it's been pretty good. Like, yeah, the characters are dumb and the tropes are obvious, but I feel like its take on the tropes has been really good. I've been liking this one. I cannot recommend this one in good faith, but I'm a raccoon. There was a cute girl in the hero's party, so I tried confessing my feelings. That's a mouthful. I've actually seen this one too. Another rom-com. This one's like an isekai rom-com. Guy got isekai'd to be a demon, and then he like met someone in the hero's party, and he's like OP as all hell, But so he's like just wrecking the heroes party, and he's like, I don't want to do this. I don't even want to hurt him. And then he sees the healer, and he's just like, yeah, I want a piece of that. It's actually been a really sweet show. I'm surprised this one's scoring this low. It might just be because of the setting and premise, but I think I've seen 3 episodes so far, and I think like this one I could actually recommend to rom-com fans. It's not high quality. It's nothing like super great. And in a season this stacked, it's gonna get overshadowed. But I don't think it's a bad show. Another rom-com, Tune Into the Midnight Heart. I have seen 2 episodes of this one. And the funny thing is despite the fact that this one is probably higher quality than the other one, the last 2 that I mentioned, this is the one that I feel like I'm the most likely to drop. I don't know. It's like almost a little too serial for my tastes. Like, it's a rom-com, but it's like... I don't know. The premise in this one is a guy used to, like, listen to some girl do, like, a stream, and he was, like, basically the only one who listened. And he obviously had the hots for her, but he has no clue who she is, and then he, like, was following clues to try to find her in real life, and it led him to a harem of girls that all work for the school announcements or whatever. Simp. Yeah, maybe a little bit. It's interesting, sort of, but I don't know. It hasn't hooked me. I might give it another episode or 2. Isekai office worker, the Our World's books. Wow, this actually sounds like my kind of thing. The affairs... Isekai office worker, the Our World's books depend on the bean counter. That sounds nerdy, except it has boys' love in it. Spoilers, that is not my thing. The Demon King's daughter is too kind. This one seemed like it got off to a rough start, but I've seen it like bounce back in interest, so it might have been a slow starter. I'm probably not going to check it out. I think there's higher priority things. The confidence mid-sentence dropped pretty fast. Yeah, it's let's just say... Okay, so, story time. Not that I'm trying to drag this video out any longer than it already has been. A long time ago, I watched an anime that was boys' love based on some novel that someone I knew liked and wanted me to watch it with them. So I watched it with them, and that was when I learned that I am absolutely 100% straight. It was not very good. Yeah. What happened to the King of Zil? Type !YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, check out the video that I uploaded today. There's going to be a second follow-up video that's just like a long Q&A. I know it's a lot. Watch it at like 2 times speed, because I talk slow and everything's boring. You guys should always watch me at times 2 speed. Anybody who isn't watching me live should always watch me at 2 times speed, because I talk slow. Although, when I was watching back the videos today that I was clipping, I'm like, I actually didn't talk too sluggish this go-around. TLDR, I've retired King Azil to return to my old brand. Hell Teacher, this is a sequel. I haven't seen the original. The Case Book of Am. I don't know what this is. This looks bad. Playing death games to put food on the table. Now this one has caught my attention because of the maid outfits. I am a simple man. I see maid outfits, I'm like, I'm all in. The problem is this is a super serial anime, and I haven't had time to watch super serial anime. Because I don't really like watching super serial anime when I'm on my lunch break, because I'm like, trying to detox on the stress of working my day. So I peeked into the first episode and watched the first episode was like a 50-minute, and it was like I was like maybe 15, 20 minutes in. But the problem was I was watching it late at night after a night where I was already tired and had a few drinks too many, and I didn't go past that. I still want to check it out. I think it's a banger, but it's definitely probably not for everyone. It seems like Squid Games, but with maids. An adventure's daily grind at age 29. Well, I'm too old for that. The Darwin incident. This one kind of caught my eye because in the name of monkey, it's about monkey, but I don't think it's been doing too hot. This really isn't my kind of genre anyways. Chain Soldier Season 2. Never saw the original. A Gentle Noble's Vacation Recommendation. That sounds lame. The Invisible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife. This one's a rom-com. Well, I don't actually know if it's a rom-com. It might be just a rom. I was kind of interested in this one, but the season's so stacked that I might bypass it. I should probably mention, by the way, I'm like a massive rom-com fan. Like, that's my go-to genre. So if there's any other rom-com enjoyers or just rom people out there, if anybody's seen this, give me some feedback. Holy Grail of Eris. This one looks like one of those what do they call them? Villainous animes. I'm kind of like, I say I don't like that genre, but every time I watch one of those anime, I enjoy it. But I'm gonna pass on that one. Noble Reincarnation. This one like seems to be advertised on so many websites, and it's like not doing well. I don't think that one's worth watching. Jujutsu Kaisen. I've actually seen something from this series. Me and Haley actually went and watched one of the movies a long time ago in theaters because there was like nothing else that was airing. So we're like, oh yeah, we'll go watch that. What was it? It was this. I think it was this. Was it this? I think it might have been this. All I know is it was like a prequel or something. I actually really liked the movie that we saw, but it's not really my genre. I'm not like really a shonen kind of guy. Rom-com is probably like your fifth primary genre. Rom-com is like my bread and butter. It's my primary go-to. Roll Over and Die. Don't know much about that. I don't know anything about this, but it's scoring terribly. Anyway, I'm Falling in Love with You. I can't believe this got a season 2. I didn't actually see the first season, but it didn't look interesting. It's like a reverse harem, which just doesn't sound interesting. I guess reverse harems are meant to be for a girl audience, no? Hey, Molly. My name changed. Yeah, I did a little mega evolving. We figured we'd try something a little different out. I was just having a little too much fun with ZA. So I figured we'd change things up. I don't know anything about this. It's actually scoring pretty good. I'd be curious to know if anybody has any insight onto it. This looks not interesting. Not interesting. Not interesting. Not interesting. Not interesting. There's a lot of slop. But there's also so many good things right now. I don't think Trigun Stargaze is my... Like, I feel like for me to watch something like this, it's gotta be scoring a little higher. Cool cover art, though. Reincarnated as a dragon hatchling? That sounds dumb. Easygoing territory defense by the optimistic lord. I feel like there's an interesting concept in here that has been butchered. Fire Force, I've never actually checked that out. This one got some attention just because of its art. Like, I think its artwork is very fascinating. But, I don't like horror, so... Not for me! Hell's Paradise, never saw it. In the Clear Moonlit Dusk. This seems... sus. Actually scoring well, though. Okay. It's not sus. It's just a tomboyish girl. Maybe I'll have to give that one a look-see. I'm a little sad that this one isn't doing good. I remember a long time ago there was a demi-human anime I watched that I really liked, but sadly, nay. Villainous, I'm tired of villainous anime. This is a cataclysmically low score. 90% light novel series are slop. Yeah, they are. And it's amazing how many of them actually get anime. This is such a low score. Is this a... Wow, this is actually full duration, too. Like, you have to be impressively bad to have a score this low. Scum of the Brave doesn't look interesting. Alright, here we go. Here is a banger. As a certified rom-com enjoyer, this one is good. It's called You and I Are Polar Opposites. And I might like this anime purely because... I have actually found it really difficult to find anime characters that remind me of Haley. Like, I consider that surprisingly a difficult task. But Suzuki in this anime actually has some Haley energy to her. And I think that's why I'm loving this show so much, because it's like, wow, if this was me and Haley in like middle school, this could have been us. Now, I think the main guy might be a little too stoic. Like, but I really like this. If you're a rom-com fan, this is a must check out. I think even if you're not like a big rom-com fan, it's still potentially worth checking out. It's just an interesting show. You like this layout a lot? The visuals are awesome? Well, that's great. I tossed this together 1 hour before stream. I panicked through this together because I said I couldn't keep my regular layout. I needed to do something a little nicer looking. The main guy's just missing the beard. Hey, in middle school, I assure you, I did not have a beard. Yeah, we'll improve this overlay at some point. You know you don't watch a lot of anime anymore when you don't recognize most of these. Well, like I said, I like to watch anime on my lunch break, so it's kind of nice to just like have a couple shows that I'm watching. 16th season. And it's only scoring a 6. There must be like some rich guy who's funding this. 'Tis time for Torture Princess. I watched 2 episodes of the first season and thought the I thought the concept got dry like after 2 episodes. Maybe it did a good job of keeping it running because it's scoring okay. I refuse to get into Oshinoko because I heard bad things about the ending or like where this story went long term. I love the writer of the original story though because they wrote Love is War, and Love is War is pretty awesome. And then that brings us to Free Run. I still haven't seen Free Run because I wanted to watch it with Haley, and Haley didn't want to watch it with me, and then I never watched it. I swear I'll watch it soon. This looks like a kid's show. This looks silly. And then there's Medalist Season 2. I actually kind of expected this to be scoring higher. The first season was very popular, if I recall correctly. I never watched it, but I heard good things about it. You adore Free Run? I adore Free Run too, and I haven't even watched it. I watched the first episode, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is my jam. I really wanted to watch it with Haley, but Haley just didn't really give it a go. I've got Haley in the anime mood right now, though, so maybe I should strike while the iron's hot. Oshinoko gave you bad vibes from episode 1, so you dipped out. Yeah, I just heard bad things about where it went long term, not short term. Like, I think I don't know. The writer of Oshinoko and Love is War, it seems to not be good at endings. Like, he gets bored of his own works and then just tries to wrap it out. Did I ever end up giving Pokemon Hollow Woods a try? Did you recommend that to me? Because no. I can't even keep up with what I'm trying to do, bro. Alright, anyways, let's go wrap up my anime conversation here. Guys, if you have any suggestions on the current season among the things that I did not see, feel free to let me know on Discord or my YouTube comments. Like I said, hopefully towards the end of the season I'll come back and I'll give like a more formal video kind of going into more depth on some of these. So yeah, that's going to be a wrap on this round of squawking. Thank yous all for watching.